Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors that you can already see on the screen. If you are going to do a bit of business in 2022, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below or on our website www.lionstv.co.uk. This is your post-match analysis video for Saturday's unbelievable win on the road at Deepdale. It was raining goals in Lancashire. As always, let's start out by taking a look at the 11 that Gary Rowett picked to start the match. And so it was two changes made from the team that drew 0-0 at the Den last Saturday against Hull, of course, off the back of 2 0-0 draws and 3 games without a goal, and that ended in emphatic style up at Preston. Bipolar Millwall is absolute best. Before we get into the video and the team changes, I just don't know why what happened on Saturday, basically, in struggle of finding a better term to get across what I'm trying to say. Were Preston that bad? No, because they were won 4 out of their previous 5 before Saturday. Did we play really, really well? Yes, we did. Was we threatening to do that over the previous couple of weeks? Well, no, we wasn't. You know, we was unlucky. We were the better teams against Hull and Birmingham, but we wasn't threatening to do that. That's just brought back everything that we, well, sort of never had or maybe did once this season against Watford. And I don't know why. Did he change his style of play? No. Did he say, let's really go for it? I can't see he would ever say that, especially against a team away from home that were in the top 6 or heading towards it and in good form. So why it clicked, I have no idea whatsoever. And I think at times now, if we have blamed Rowett in the past and we wasn't sure, did the players not turn up for Huddersfield, for example, or, did the manager say, hold back a bit? I think that proves the first one, that they just at times can't hit the heights they always should. And when they do, that is exactly what can happen. Tyler Bury dropped out, Andreas Volsammer come in and was unbelievable on the right wing. He was almost Jeb Wallace-esque at times. One touch, head up, cross, deliver. He was getting forward as well as doing his defensive duties, which he always does. The going forward thing was more of a surprise for me, although he's a centre forward. He's not really a winger, is he, and getting good deliveries into the box. But I thought he was really, really good. And Murray Wallace was the other change, coming back in for Scott Malone at left back. So let's just get into the game, because there's lots to talk about, of course. It was end-to-end. And I did the stream, and when I always do the streams, I look back a couple of days later, and people have sat and watched the streams again. And I'm like, and it's my channel, well, fucking hell, why have you done that? I wouldn't sit and watch a 0-0 again against Hull. But if you haven't seen it, it's probably worth skipping through the stream from Saturday, because as we know, 6 goals, absolute end-to-end, non-stop entertainment. And we started the game brilliantly on the front foot. Billy Mitchell to Danny McNamara. And he finds Tom Bradshaw, who does really, really well. And I'm going to say this as well. Bradshaw, I always back him. And some people say, well, look, he don't do this and he don't do that. And I'll say, well, look, Bradshaw's game is having a fantastic, tremendous set of juicy buns. Anyway, he's scoring goals. Give him chances and he'll score goals. His game isn't holding the ball up with the defender up his arse. His game isn't winning things in the air. Of course, I think about 5'9", something like that. I don't know. It's quite short for a striker. However, this sort of proves me wrong, and the others that say Bradshaw doesn't do enough other than score goals, right, because he's proved Saturday he absolutely can do it. And I know Flemming, is the Flying Dutchman, the Dutch Destroyer, the Bermondsey Burkamp. He's everything you want him to be and more, and I'll get onto that. But as good as he was, I thought Tom Bradshaw was fucking outstanding. They was all good. Other than one, which I'll get into. He wore number 1. There's the clue. Look, Bradshaw does really well. Puts it wide to Volsammer. Volsammer, one touch, head up, deliver. Flemming's arriving in the box late, like we wanted to start doing more. And what he does, he sort of runs beyond the ball. The cross goes slightly behind him, turns his body, controls it with the inside of his foot. Then he sets himself, gets his arm up, defends the ball, protects it. And there's 2 defenders behind him. I likened him in my full-time reaction to like a Sean Williams type, but further up the pitch. Because there is an art to what he did there. And he looks quite slow, doesn't he, Flemming, when he runs? He's strong, but he looks quite slow. He looks quite deliberate. And that's not a criticism, because despite his appearance, he's always in space. He's always got time on the ball. And that is an art. That is his awareness. That is his positioning. That is his reading of the game. and he gets his arm up in the penalty area. He's protecting the ball from 2 Preston defenders. Eventually, a third one thinks, fuck this. He comes in, tries to nip it off him, and in one movement, he shifts it, rolls all 3 of them, and fires it past the goalkeeper for an absolute fantastic finish. We're 1-0 up. He's off at the home end, giving it one of them. And I don't know if I said this before, but I just love everything about him. You know, a record signing for Millwall never ever does the business. We've had the Paul Goddard, the Ryan Leonard, the Tom Bradshaw. They've always been our record signings. Never been overindulgent finance-wise with our signings. So we're not, well, you know, well, it's a record signing, it's 800 grand. Or it's a record signing, but it's something an everyday player you pay for in the Championship. Not your main man. But to get him now for the price we have, I think that's a plus. We need to reflect on that as a plus now, because he will go on to play at another level. He's an unbelievable player, and I still don't think he's at full speed. I still think there's a lot more to come from him. And he scores the opening goal, and we're on our way. But what I love about him as well is, say, not just the fact he's a record signing, not just the fact that he's our main man, we all love him. It's the fact for me that he does the celebration as well. Old school. Alan Shearer used to give it that one, didn't he? Used to have the fucking sharp shuffle. Tim Cahill punching a corner flag. You don't really see players anymore with trademark celebrations. But Flemming's got it, and fucking fair play to him. And it's a UFC celebration. Of course, if you don't know, it's a reflection of when Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor the first time, and he gave one of them to the camera. What's up, motherfuckers? Fleming didn't say that, but he did score the first goal. And very shortly after that, he scores the second again. Great work from Bradshaw. Ball into him, direct in the middle of the pitch. And again, he turns 2 defenders, gets brought down. Free kick. Flemming steps up, doesn't overcomplicate things. He's actually scored 3. I tell you what, I've just realised he scored a couple of other free kicks, hasn't he? Or deflected one at least. At home against Blackpool, I think it was. This one, again, gets a little nick, but he just plays it sensible. He don't try anything, you know, dramatic or fucking intricate or too over the top. He just get it on target, keep it low, keep it hard. He takes a minor nick, and it's past the keeper. At that point, I said, of course, we're Millwall fans, we know how it works. Let's not get too excited. We could well fuck this up yet. But I wasn't expecting us to fuck it within 15 minutes. Straight away, they're back on the front foot, Preston. They force a corner from a free kick that's deflected wide. Again, Bradshaw does well in the wall, heads it wide. They get a corner. Cross comes in. George Long in absolute no man's land. And it's headed past him. Actually, I think it hits the defender. I still don't know, by the way. I still haven't checked the actual, you know, scoreline and the articles on who actually went off. But it wasn't their fault. Long's come, got nowhere near it, runs to the ref. And then not long after that, it's 2-2. Ched Evans, as I said, danger man, just started scoring again. Scored 2 against Reading the previous week. Good ball in the box from Robbie Brady. He's under a challenge. He gets above 2 defenders. He's on wide angle of the 6-yard box. And he heads it back across Long, and I have no idea what Long's doing. He hasn't reacted. As a goalkeeper, you'll work a lot on your reaction saves. But that's like, you'll face the other way. The server will go, turn, and you'll turn quickly and he'll fire one. That wasn't a quick reaction save. It was just react to everyday goalkeeping, or react to maybe if you're a midfielder, a ball dropping to try and win the seconds. He's just watched it go across his body and he just sinks on one knee. Makes no attempt to dive here whatsoever. And we know why he's in the team, Long, mainly because we know he's not a better shot stopper than Bart. Ironically, Bart isn't fantastic at crosses, but if you notice what Bart does, he knows he's not very good at crosses. He doesn't come from any of them, and he'll call away a lot of the time, or a defender will deal with it. Long's there, and the way football's gone these days, you need your goalkeeper to be able to play. But Long he's got a great left foot and a great right foot, and he can kick it fucking mile. But he doesn't really play with his feet. All he does is pump these fucking long balls. And we've had to use him recently to get back on track. I do understand that. He has been part of us getting better results in spite of his goalkeeping. But what I'm going to say is this, you know, he's not on Bart's planet. As I said in my live stream as well, I think my full-time reaction, Tim Flowers was a hero of mine randomly when I was young, because I was a goalkeeper. I was a good goalkeeper as well. Played for a lot of pro clubs, played districts, fucking Kent, all sorts. Went to Lillyshaw and England trials. I was a good goalkeeper, so I know my onions when it comes to being between the posts. And Tim Flowers once said, a good goalkeeper isn't judged on his saves, he's judged on his consistency and how many few mistakes that he makes. And Long's making too many. And I understand why we brought Long in, as I said, because he can play and he has helped us going forward. However, I think Saturday proved that we can play. And we don't need to be doing those long fucking direct kicks. We scored some fantastic goals Saturday. Some really good team goals. The goals we scored Saturday, especially Flemming's third, where the ones, I've said this before a few times on the channel, the ones where you watch the EFL goals and you go, why don't we ever score a goal like that? But they were Premier League worthy, our goal Saturday. Fucking brilliant. Even Creswell's header, that was a well-executed set piece. Yes, we score from set pieces a lot, but the way he read the run, he had like a couple of little short one and then a flick on. I think 4 players involved in that goal alone, probably 5 or 6 in the third one, which came, of course, in the second half because we're winning at 2-2. We didn't start well in the second half. Charlie Creswell, I don't want to highlight him again, and I will praise him in a minute for scoring his 4th goal of the season. He seems to be more of a bit like Long, more of a weapon going forward, really, than what he's actually supposed to be doing. But look, Long needs to come out. Creswell will forgive because nothing he did, although a little erratic at times and sloppy, didn't lead to any goals. And he got one at the other end as well. But the third goal, as I said, Preston, they started on the front foot. We were starting to look shaky. You think it's not going to go right. And then all of a sudden, Billy Mitchell, I think he overruns the ball originally, Bill. I'll give him some praise in the full-time reaction. But I've watched it back since. He actually overruns it, but doesn't worry about it. Fuck off. Steams through. Second tackle, Volkshammer wins. Billy Mitchell then picks up the ball, travels. And I said in my full-time again, it was all about Danny McNamara's run. He bombs on brilliantly and shows fantastic strength and, again, composure and balance just to quickly get his arm off. Fuck off, mate, and then deliver it, right? But the ball from Mitchell was brilliant, right? But listen to me. People now going, oh, Billy Mitchell. I've seen people down Twitter, right, again. Billy Mitchell, what a player. We're not going to keep hold of him. He's always been that good. He's always been that good. He has been previously completely restricted by the manager. Do you not think now that it's a coincidence that we changed what we was doing, tactical and pattern and shape-wise, and we're going forward more, and now Billy Mitchell's a better player? In my opinion, he was playing under instruction from the manager, and if players are making those forward runs, then he can hit the passes. If no one makes those forward runs, then he wants to retain the ball. He's a naturally gifted footballer and he wants to play football the right way. So if no one's running forward, okay, well, we'll come back and we'll play again. I have said a million times that our players aren't that good and we can't keep the ball, so they might as well take that chance. But now players are making those runs. He can find them. It's not a problem if they're there. He makes a brilliant pass. McNamara back across goal. It was a great cross from Danny Mac, but he hasn't picked out Flemming there, in my opinion. He's aimed for an area. And we get it. Not a little, is it a little bit luck? I don't know. Because if you watch it, about 3 Preston players, the first one throws his back heel at it, the second one throws his foot at it, and then the third one just doesn't get there, or just after Flemming arrives to it. And each one of those players missed the ball by fucking hell, an inch. So it was perfect from Danny Mac. You can only put it into an area sometimes, especially running at fucking high pace, which I know nothing about. And you're under pressure, it's fucking all the games going on, the atmosphere, the intensity. And then Flemming controls it, doesn't panic, rolls it onto his left, and then finishes it for the hat-trick. And someone asked me in the live stream, will we still have Flemming in January? That was pre-match. I said, of course we will. He might go next summer. Now I'm fucking worried about January. But again, catch-22, you get a record signing him. And I believe now if we can keep that level of performance up, and not even the level of goals and result, but like the ideas and getting things right in the final third. Because we didn't have hundreds and hundreds of shots. I think we actually probably had more against Hull. Flemming's had 3 chances, he scored 3 goals. He could be the difference now to push us into that top 6. And actually, we are in the top 6, but I mean, maintain it and keep us there and actually have a push. I've said this, him, Mitchell, and Saville for me now is top 6, if not top 3 worthy of this division. The defence, we're going to get Bart back and go. And if we was to take a chance, or not take a chance, it was actually, try and generate the money and stick it where our mouth is to get an out-and-out quality striker in January. We could, I've got nothing against Bradshaw, but we can't rely on just him. We could actually have a real push here. Well, I still can't work out how we just got so good all of a sudden just like that again. Just like that. I don't know what's clicked, I don't know what's changed, but long may it continue. But unfortunately, as we know, we're going into the national break. Icing on the cake, no shitty bum time. They come from 2 goals down once. They weren't going to do it twice. And a short corner. Flicked on at the front post. Charlie Creswell does really well to continue his run. He's almost off the pitch as he headed it back across with his fucking Terry Butcher headband on. And I don't think he's very good, if I'm honest. Defending, like I said. But you can't knock his fucking passion. I loved his passion. I loved his passion when he was fucking going mad. I think the club did, an up close and personal one on their Twitter. If you get a chance to have a look at it. His head's gone. His eyes are gone. He's just fucking going... He's just staring at the crowd. He's just fucking. His head's gone. He's in the zone, and that you love to see it. He's a Leeds player. All right, he needs more experience and he needs to improve defensively, like you would not believe. But he gets a 4th goal and it's icing on the cake. And despite everything I've said and all the goals and all the greatness, I'm going to put something on the screen now. That I fucking love, right? And I've never seen that from Rowett. And that's all I ever wanted from him. Is to show that he actually really genuinely gives a fuck. I know he's quite an intelligent man and he comes across quite calculated, maybe sometimes don't give too much away. But that's passion. That's all I've ever wanted from Rowett. And people call him Boring Gary. He don't look too boring there. He looks like he's fucking in the moment and he's fucking proud of himself and his team and the fans. And he should be. I'm gutted I didn't go. I was pleased for Kenny that he went and he fucking had a great day. Fair play to him. But I should have gone. But there you go. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. I enjoyed the stream. We've won 4-2. And as I said, now we bounce into the international break. And so that's it up for the post-match analysis. I'm sorry it's a day late. I was enjoying myself till 6 a.m. Sunday morning. I'm watching the UFC. What a day for sport. How can you not love sport? How can you not love football? It's fucking unbelievable. Funny one as well with Flemming and the busy fucking Jobsworth steward not wanting to give him his ball back. But he got the match ball. Long live the king. Brilliant result. Brilliant performance. And I'll be back during the international break. Will I stream the England games? I still haven't decided yet. Maybe not. I might give myself a break. But if not, there definitely will be podcasts. And I've got some Lions Lounge guests lined up. So, yeah, there you go. Enjoy the international break if possible. Hopefully England do something to tick us over until we're back at Sunderland away. I believe our first game is back after the international break. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.